Hey, we're back.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Totally not anything suspicious going on here.
No, nothing. Just some Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I think we got everything all set up now. So we are ready to go. So, when last we played, Silro gave you a tour of the city in which you were able to purchase some equipment. Continuing on to the expedition, you got the overview from Tenla, spotted and omitted evaluation clause in the contract that you ended up signing, and proceeded to join the expedition. You were granted entrance and proceeded into the catacombs. While inside, you navigated around and were able to find the item that you were sent to find by Silro. You solved the puzzle there and managed to retrieve the small wooden box, disarming a trap or two along the way. But still triggering part of that raised a few nearby skeletons. After defeating those, Argo retrieved a pile of coins from the coffin that was trapped with a gas trap. You explored another part of the dungeon and ultimately ended up leaving. So you gave a report and had a newly acquired item appraised and recorded. The expedition took their 10% of the spoils and left you all with the rest. Receiving a good grade from Theris, the watcher that was sent with you to evaluate you. You passed your evaluation mission for the expeditions. He also mentioned spotting a second entrance to the second floor, and Tenla had quickly assembled another team to go in and retrieve those trapped inside the catacombs at the moment. And that's where we're going to come back in. We're still at the entrance to the catacombs. You're all standing there amidst the kind of expedition headquarters. Behind you is the team that is venturing into the catacombs as the kind of rescue squad. And in front of you are Tenla, Theris, and another figure that we've got standing there who I had lost the name for. Her name is Gaint. Is a Kenku. That was the person that appraised your item for you. So, and I believe I added.
What's their name?
Gaint.
Gaint. Okay. Continue.
I believe I went ahead and added that to somebody's inventory. If I remember correctly, it was a uncommon barrier tattoo. Was from the appraisal. We learned that. So, yeah, that's where we're at there. Let's see. Continuing on. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no. If there was more to be said.
I was just gonna describe, like, looking around. You'll see Tenla is much more relaxed. Her being an air genasi, her hair tends to float, and it seems to be blowing back less violently. She's stopped pacing, and even through the plate armor that she's wearing, you see that her posture has relaxed a bit. Let's see, she will
just sent Orange Team in, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Tarek, the leader of that.
Yep. I think it was Garrick, but yeah.
Garrick, okay. So Garrick.
All good.
It's a tiefling camp. She seems chill, you said?
Yeah, she's like visibly more relaxed now. She has been worried about that other. Yeah, she was very tense and kind of pacing when you arrived.
Is it evident as to why that is?
Red team was stuck, right?
Red team was stuck. Do we know that they're unstuck?
Hopefully soon. We have a way to get them,
get them
that she didn't have before.
Okay.
So
that is why. Thank you.
Yep. in the next like couple days, they had to figure something out. So she has got something out of the way now. She will ask you, as the conversation kind of comes back around after she's taken care of sending in that new team. So, based on your performance from Theris, I'm going to certify you all as scouts for the first floor. That removes the restrictions on being the first ones in on a floor. If you have time at the start of next week, I'd support you being the first into the new floor. I have a feeling the others may want to break after this whole ordeal anyway. Is there a name we should call your group?
Oh no.
Doesn't have to be now. We can change it later, but
Maybe.
I don't know. Is this a permanent arrangement we're going to be doing?
just makes it easier to reference people.
What happens if we say come back, but we're not the same number? Are we still the same group?
As long as it's not like all but one.
What is the minimum amount of people you can go into this dungeon as a group?
It depends on what you're certified for. We've had higher level groups doing the first floor with 3, up to 8 we've had send in, so.
Okay, so you would say 3 people at minimum for floor 1?
Probably. And that's usually people who are certified for the next floors.
Right. So, how do you determine names of groups?
People tend to go in with the same group repeatedly, so.
Right, but if we were to say lose a member and I not so coyly motion back to the robot behind me.
Yeah, I'm already motioning to him. You're gonna. I saw that coming a mile away.
Yeah, so we've got this clairvoyant machine in our group, and he really just grinds the gears. So,
Oh.
I look back over my shoulder with a dumb expression on my face. Grind the gears.
It's a
That's
five.
the expression with you, right?
It's
It's gotta be.
Nope, I don't got no gears.
There's not a single gear in all that you got going on. Not a one.
How about you reach into my ass and find out?
I absolutely will. Open up your buttress. I want to see how it works.
Well, group names aside, you're able to change it at whatever time. So if you want to change your group name, that's fine. Do you all have a next destination?
I have no idea. What time is it?
Imagine a drink.
It's early afternoon.
Well, probably the center of town, so we can turn in this thing.
Oh, you're heading up to Suro then.
Where?
Okay. Would you mind informing him that we found a second entrance and have a potential extraction for our other team?
Yeah, sure. Who do I charge?
Charge for what?
For the currying. You know, you'd have a message you need to deliver.
I knock into wait, I have the names up here. I should, right? Where are all my names?
Gregory.
Mail.
I knock into Gregory and I say, "Rub nickel and diamond, would you?"
Well, they're nickel and diming us. They just took 10% of our loot.
Calm down. It's 10%. All right, you were never rich, as far as I remember.
No, and you're certainly not going to get that way if you let every schmuck take 10% of your
You
loot.
ain't gonna spend money to make money, alright? Let's just tell them where it is. What's going on, it's fine. I'll do it for free. I'm gonna undercut him.
I
That's some
appreciate
wicked,
that.
That's some wicked business you're running, brother.
I'll pay you to go down there.
We're not talking about going down there. We're talking about going... Never mind.
Listen, you need to clean that dirt out of your ears and pay attention, Tin Man. We're not whispering up here.
All right.
Well, I have nothing else pressing for you, so next week, at the start of the week, feel free to stop by and we can let you explore this place further.
Kurt kind of rolls
Right,
his
the first
eyes
one's
like...
in.
Kurt rolls his eyes like hoping to not be here in a week. Hoping to be home.
Yeah, ideally we ain't gonna be here in a week.
What makes you say that?
Well, it's ideal. I mean, sure, rake me over the coals. I guess it's a hope, but I don't want to stay here. Do you? You're Skyfallen, right? Don't you want to go back to whatever namby-pamby world you came from?
Namby world, what the?
I haven't thought about that in a long time. I don't think I would.
Well, great. Be contrarian. Have a little empathy. I want to go back to my world. This one
I'm sure
sucks.
they all have their reasons.
And that's
Pretty sure
great.
there's zombie dragons in our world.
You know what I didn't do in my old world? Fall 500 feet and turn into a goddamn pancake.
Anyway, we will deliver this message.
I've
Thank
got
you.
a fucking necro dragon to kill back home.
I'm gonna start dragging
Are
Gregory
we 3 minutes
toward
into the
door.
recording? I'm dropping F-bombs. I feel like I'm not supposed to be doing that.
The Goliath man reaches over and starts dragging Gregory, kicking and screaming out the door.
Kurt mumbles under his breath that he doesn't want to live in a triangle for the rest of his life.
You don't want to live in a triangle. The hell's your problem?
What do you mean? I
gotta-
don't want to live in a triangle.
Just a guy used to grow up in a place with floating triangles.
What are you talking about?
It's some magical fantasy land I can't say because of copyright concerns.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to.
My DMCA protocol. The Netflix blocker on my brain.
That's my DMC protocol blocker to save us from getting demonetized.
I haven't installed uBlock Origin yet, so
I'm gonna follow Gregory and Delmar.
You're gonna follow Gregory. He's kicking
Yes.
his.
Goodbye.
Walk away.
I give an apologetic, like, awkward smile as I close the door behind us. As
Yeah, there aren't really doors to the chamber. There's more stairways that go up. So you're all headed to Silro, correct?
yeah, to deliver
That's the intent.
the message. Yes.
Where do you intend to go to find him?
He works
Big
at his
room.
desk, does he not? Go,
oh,
go
he
to
has
where
an
he
office,
works.
doesn't he?
So you could
I changed
head
my mind.
upstairs.
I go to the front desk and ask that guy.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that's creepy, dude. He seems to know where Silro is at all times.
Circin the clerk.
Yeah.
Sirkin's clerkin'.
Let's get you all up there. What did I just do? Oh, I alt-tabbed.
You deleted everybody. No. We did.
Alrighty. This is one of the annoying things that I have now optimized. It teleport everybody. There we go. Then I can grab the camera. Oh. Got to zoom in a little bit, but
Oh yeah, I see walls.
yeah.
There we go. Now I can. Yeah.
There we go. Fixed it.
I'm gonna drag my little height slider.
So upon heading up the stairs, going into the front desk, you walk over and see Sirkin there. Pretty much the same pose as always. Has that little book in front of his face that he's reading. He'll fold it again, put it inside his jacket pocket. It's kind of the classic thing that he has done each time you've seen him. And he'll say, the new Skyfallen. Is there...
Gregory. Name's Gregory.
Gregory. Nice to meet you.
You knew this.
I don't believe we had been formally introduced.
Yes, but you knew my name anyway.
I don't believe I did. What can I do for you, Gregory?
Oh, he's being contrarian too.
I'm totally gonna keep this Skyfall title.
What?
I like it.
Might as well call this city Contraria.
It fit right in.
Ah,
I think the intent of your joke is lost on me.
yeah, there's a lot of things that get lost on people in this city. Like how to get home.
I think what Gregory's trying to say is we have a message.
No, I'm not. I'm not delivering that message for free. He is. And I point to Hammer.
Alright, so, what was I gonna say? Wait, give me a second. So there's a path down in the dungeon. Team Red
We're not
team.
supposed to deliver to this guy.
Oh, well, fuck. Never mind. We want to talk to the councilman, alright?
Which councilman? Silver?
Yeah, the one we talked to.
I don't remember
Well,
his name.
Follow me this way, and he'll guide you down the hallway to the right, and around the corner and up the hall again, and I'm just gonna teleport y'all there.
Yeah, teleport.
Oh, all right.
Woo.
Gregory.
It's gone.
Here, actually, touch everybody.
Hey.
Do that first. Kurt over here, and we'll grab Sirkin. Okay. Sirkin will knock on a door, and then kind of peek it open a little bit after hearing a muffled voice from inside say, "Come." He'll say, "The Skyfallen are here to see you." Peeking in the door, you can see Silro sitting at a desk, currently writing something on what looks like a number of papers spread out before him. Come on in.
Yeah, walk in.
We'll follow Kurt.
Alright, Silro, here's the news. Plain and simple. We went to the dungeon, found what you
Took
were
me up
looking
a floor.
for. What's that?
Sorry, I took Helmar up a floor by accident there.
I'm gonna come back.
I'll be right back. I have to go to the bathroom.
Oh.
Stop climbing the
Alright.
walls.
Why can't you see what I see? He is not hidden. Or is he?
Oh, now he is.
there he
He's there. I see him.
Weird. Okay. He didn't show up as hidden, but he was. I checked the state. Okay. There you go.
Still missing my Goliath friend.
Am I hidden now too?
Are you hidden? I'll hide you and then unhide you?
No.
Move you a little?
there you
There we go.
Nope, there I am. Yep, it just didn't refresh. I guess moving did it.
Got Kurt back there. Okay. We got everybody. Okay. Silro writing on some papers. You look around the room, you can see kind of that opulence that he brought from Oasis, it looks like. You see a number of very nice tapestries hung around the room, a few bookcases and desks, adorned a few pillow in the corner that will can serve as sitting implements on the open floor, or there's a table in the back corner here that looks like it is meant for small meetings. Sora looks up and says, "What can I do for you?"
Plain and simple, we found what you were looking for down in that dungeon, I believe. And, also looks like we found a way to find Red Team. The Orange Team went after them, so, that's good news. We were tasked to, send that news your way via,
Excellent.
Thenla, that's right.
Tenla, yes.
Thenla.
Excellent. So quickly, wow. I will have to send news to the Elmar Circle. I will do that in a bit. You said you have the item that I sent you for.
Well, somebody does. I look over at the group.
I think it's in your inventory, Hammer.
Wait a minute, let me look at my stuff. What do I got here? I got a barrier tattoo. Uncommon?
Yeah.
Is this it? Yeah, I pull this out. This is it. This is what yeah, here we go. I hand it to him.
He'll take the box from you, open it. He said, "A barrier tattoo. Interesting. I don't know if I'd have one of these come through my way.
Well, now you have.
Very nice. Do you know the appraised value of it?"
Let me look at it. I cast a
I think we did, but I don't remember what it is.
So
Yeah, also.
Did we?
yeah. So this was something that got kind of rushed at the end of the session.
Yeah, we
that
kind of
the-
got it.
The
established.
Kenku appraised it, and I think it was like 500 gold or something. And he had agreed to pay the 10% fee for that item coming out. So, say interesting. Okay, so losing a little bit of money, but still a good investment, I think.
If you say so.
All right. I have a lot of paperwork left. Is there anything else that I can do for you?
I mean, we got paid, so
Where will we be resting?
Wherever we want to rest, I wager.
I assume not here, right?
there's some taverns we were suggested to.
Indeed.
I'm sure we could hit up any of those.
There are a number of taverns, and if you're strapped for cash, the church offers some respite if you don't mind sharing rooms.
Well, we got a bit of money down there, so I'm sure it'll be up to the individual. I look over to Argo. You still got the horde?
Oh yeah.
Alright, we'll split that up.
Good. Sounds like you made some money off of it as well. There was one thing that I wanted to talk to you about. Have you told anyone else about Quesh?
Did we tell him about Quesh?
I
We
think
mentioned
we mentioned it to him, but I don't think, as a party, I don't think we've told anyone else, really.
No, it doesn't really come up in conversation.
Okay, that is good for now. I have told Femwith and the Archive. I have told some of the council members. We intend to make a public statement probably tomorrow, but for now, if you could keep that under wraps, that would be appreciated.
Refresh my memory. Who was Quesh to all you people again?
Quish was a fellow councilman. He was one of the 7 that oversee the city. He was the representative from the Archive.
Ah. And what was he doing wandering out in the wilds by a strange temple again?
Um, you would have to ask him that. My guess is he had some kind of research he was doing.
Hmm.
He was had some specialty in, I think, dragon-related things. You could ask the archive; they might know more about his research.
What was his research? Dragons?
I believe it was dragon-related.
Time dragons, maybe?
Can't say I invested heavily into knowing his research projects.
Is there anybody working at this? Was it a library again?
The archive? Yes, there's a number of people there.
Listen. All right, I'm not fancy pants. You can save your big words for the people who buy them. It's a library. It's where you put books. He looks. He like raises his eyebrow like that was a rhetorical question. Like, then there's a library.
It's a library. It's more of affection, kind of a mage's guild, if you would.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Those are too fancy words for Gregory, alright? Library's all he knows.
Sure, have you seen my intelligence score?
Lower it down.
Oh my god. What is happening?
Anyway, is there anybody that works at this library guild that would know how to get us home? I know you say nobody knows, but obviously somebody working on it. Apparently all you counselors like to have your little research projects. Which one of them knows what to do about that?
Well, the archive has probably the most involvement in that degree. Many of their research projects are to find a way home. But their numbers have been dwindling, so I'm sure they would appreciate help.
Okay, I'll go crack open a book and I'll tell them what to do.
They do more than read. You will see if you go visit.
Yeah, well, what else is there to do? If you don't mind me leaning on your kindness once again. Is there anything more?
Ale, right?
Well, yes, drinking is going to be important, but that's easy enough to find. Apparently, the most lucrative job I can think of to do in this town is to go do my little suicide run in the dungeon with some color-coded team bullshit. What else is there to do to make money in this town? Obviously, you don't need a town guard because the statues kill you if you think that somebody's ugly. But
we do have a town guard.
Why?
They protect against violence, but they don't protect against theft and other types of crime.
How do they protect against violence? If by protecting against violence would then get them killed by the things that protect against violence that guard the city.
They are trained for this exact situation. They are... We have done enough experiments with the wardens to know what triggers them. Part of that is if you intend to harm. The enforcers are trained in making sure their thoughts remain calm and do not intend harm. They are given equipment to subdue people, but not to harm them.
So this is like that whole Batman logic where he's like, I'll never kill a man, but he stabs them with knives and like they just magically don't die.
I don't know what a Batman is.
He's a vigilante from where I come from. You know, back where world makes sense.
Well, they are also outside the city, so Fort Spirit is not overseen by wardens, and we need enforcers there as well that are trained and carry sword.
But weren't those things just outside? Don't the statues have alcoves in the sea? I thought we saw some on our way in.
Throughout the city, yes, and even the Iron Wardens, as you saw, will leave the city walls. But Fort Spirit is far enough away that it is outside of their range of enforcement.
Ah, so okay. I had assumed that these things had such a range of control that if, for instance, I thought your jacket looked really nice and I just wanted to cut you a little bit and take it for myself, they wouldn't just, come crashing through the wall and stop me. Hypothetically, obviously.
Hypothetically, they would come here.
So they do have an incredible range.
This is the very center of the city. Fort Spirit is outside the city, north about couple hours walk.
No, but I'm talking about those statues on the walls that, jumped on all those wolves when we showed up.
Yes, they came from the palace here. They were outside. So yes, they ran through the city streets to get to you.
Yeah. So maybe I'm just using the wrong vernacular. Those are the things I'm talking about.
Mm.
So, if those things are here, why do you need a town guard?
Like I said, if somebody steals something, they do not come running.
Well, I
Makes sense to
suppose
me.
that does make sense. Okay, well,
Tax
I have-
evasion,
that's true. There are plenty of non-violent crimes. I guess I didn't think that deeply on the subject. I apologize for distracting your time, counselor.
Not the problem. You were dropped into the middle of a brand new world. You are having to acclimate yourself.
Yeah, and speaking of that acclamation, back to my original line of questioning. What?
Yes. What else is there to do?
Yes, what else is there to do besides, Suicide Squad in the dungeon?
Yes. If you're looking for work, there are farms within and outside the city. There are the archive might have some errands to do. The hunters provide food and call threats from the surrounding forest and the Dreadwood. There is a traders guild you could kind of buy and sell. The Ilmar Circle is a circle of druids. They sometimes have some things. If you're into dueling, you go to Fort Spirit, and the Wild Circle is there. Then the temple, they usually are providing healing services and have little need for outside help.
So a lot of these things sound like the more mundane sort of business that, one making a livelihood would be interested in.
Mhm.
And that's all well and good, to each their own. I am more interested in getting my ass back where I came from. I have duties to perform that I am not performing by being here. So, I guess I would have to go to the library then. They'd probably be the ones to tell me what to do about that. I'm assuming there are things outside of the city that I could be doing to further my own goals in that matter. Would that be correct, sir?
I cannot tell you the answer to this. I do not know the answer, right?
All right, that is well enough. I will not
Archive.
take any more of your time, sir.
Archive would be the first place I would ask.
Yes, I'm going to the guild library. I'm going to see what they have to say on the matter. I wish you remember the message we gave you for free. That was very important, apparently.
Yes, I will. I will follow up on that. I appreciate it.
That's very good.
I lean in and I just give him like a don't worry about
it. Was that all?
It was all for
Or is
me.
there
I
anything
gotta go
else?
to a fucking library, talk to some guild people. See you later, counselor. I leave.
Have a wonderful day.
I follow Gregory.
What's Hjalmar have something? Like you cleared your throat there?
I think he's just kind of like, two fingers on the bridge of his nose, like.
Given one of these?
Yeah, he'll
Yeah.
kind of like arm like fist on his shoulder and give like a little salute and leave without saying much more.
He'll give you a appreciative nod and start turning back to the array of papers all over his desk.
Having a lot of trouble with this door. It's not really happening for me.
I whispered to Hilmar as we're walking out the door. So, falling from several hundred feet can cause head trauma, right?
Perhaps. I like to think I'm a patient man. He'll leave it at that as he walks out the door.
Suro will actually close the door after you and then go back to his studies there. Oh, interesting. You guys can still see him because line of sight through doors is apparently a thing?
Might have just been the last time we saw him. Oh, well, never mind.
No?
Oh no, yeah, we can see him
Just
live.
experimenting.
Yeah.
Yep. So, what do y'all intend to do here?
I catch up with Gregory as he's making his way down the hall.
You go to that library, the archive, whatever.
It is literally the last thing I want to do, but it's the only thing I can do. So,
All right. Well,
I don't know. I don't even know what time it is. What time is it?
I think it's like noon or something.
It's early afternoon, probably 1 or 2 p.m.
Well, I swore to my late wife, bless her heart, that I wouldn't start drinking before 5 o'clock on any given day, so I can't go to the inn just yet. Might as well track down this library guild, see what they have to say about getting home.
That is a strange thing to swear.
And God's bless you for your resilience on that.
I mean, I am only a man, and I don't follow it every day, but I at least have something I need to be doing that
No.
isn't drinking.
Put a hand on his
What
shoulder.
about your breakfast ale?
Listen, the good wife didn't buy it, and you know what? Fair enough. That breakfast ale hit like a truck.
Well, she
I
didn't
wasn't-
fall from the sky, so you're here by yourself.
No, it's true. And
Drink when
I
you
would not
please.
wish that particular experience on most of my enemies.
Hey, now we all survived the fall from the sky. It's got to count for something.
Yeah, I don't think that's any better.
Are you
Wait.
copying me? Are you trying to like?
I'm not entirely
sounded
sure
different.
we survived.
So, yes, this could all be a dream, for all I know. That's far above my pay grade. All I know is I seem to have my individuality intact. So,
You're getting
That's what
more,
I'm gonna work with.
Your accent's getting more thick as time goes on.
yes, it's probably because I'm getting better at it as I practice it. You know, that's kind of how that works.
So you're going to the archive. I'm gonna go back to that church while you do that. I just want to see if I can find out more about culture in this place. Get maybe a grip on where the hell reality I'm in.
Sounds like a good idea.
There's a tavern in town. One of them was mentioned. Whichever one's the most popular, I'll see you there.
Well, popularity is subjective, but
What were the taverns again there, Dungeon Master? Can I name one? Can I drop a name on one?
So,
It's been a few weeks, yeah.
the one that Suro had showed you is called the Hapless Hydra.
What's a poorer one for poor people?
yes, the Happy Hydra. I like that one.
So that one was the mid-scale.
We can do
the-
mid-scale. We'll do Happy Hydra.
The kind of the other one that he mentioned was outside the city. It was in Fort Spirit.
Happy Hydra sounds fine.
I'm staying in the walls. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Voice from on high.
I don't want to get hit by a random falling person.
Yeah, you know, I wonder if that actually happens. Like, you ever think you're going to get your fucking go take a shit first thing in the morning, and all of a sudden, plop, somebody just falls in front of you. Oh, you think anybody's ever been taken out by a falling guy? Like you wake up, you do your skyfall, and then you're in people soup.
Well, Gregory waits to get body slammed from a skydiving maniac. I'm gonna go to the.
Well, I suppose you'll hear him coming. So.
Okay, so we have
The dragon.
2 separate groups. It sounds like. Are there any other intended destinations, or is that it for now?
Which tavern is Hammer going to?
That's the dragon one. What was it called again?
Hapless
Hydra.
Hapless
Hydra.
Hydra. Okay, Hydra Dragon, got it.
Are you going there now?
No, I'm gonna head to the church and see if I can't get more information. I'll make my way back to the Hydra when I'm done.
Do you need company?
I mean, you can come with me if you want. I'm gonna be asking my own questions, but if you've got purpose to be there or just looking for a place to be, I won't deny it.
What about the little one?
Who?
Just go look down the Cobalt.
I mean, he can go wherever he wants.
Yeah, where
Where?
you going, little guy?
Are you going?
I
Alrune?
feel like somebody should keep an eye on. Nope. I don't want to be the one keeping an eye on Gregory. I'll follow you guys.
I don't need nobody watching over me.
So far, it was just me. I'm going.
I know how to handle myself. Hammer's gonna miss. Sorry, Nail's gonna. What the hell? I'm just gonna make my way over there. Fuck all you guys being all talking high and mighty, making me confused and shit.
I'm just standing here. I don't know why you're trying to put this darkness on me.
Oh, what? Who the hell? You thought we were talking to you? Stupid machine's broken.
It sounds like the loud ones have things to do. I'm going to drink.
Drinking.
I can't drink, but I'll join you.
All right.
So I keep
You're
going to the
buying.
Hydra.
So we have 3 different groups. Alright, so let's go ahead and have everybody roll an initiative for
Into it.
their individual group.
Sounds.
So who's with Hjalmar? Who's going drinking?
Sounds like
I'm
a
going drinking.
kobold and Argo. Alrune and Algo.
Argo, Elrune, Hjalmar. So I'll take us, and then the 2 of you are splitting off. So alright. Elrune, I think you're the more dexterous of us if you'd like to roll the initiative.
Woohoo! 6.
It's a sick goddamn.
Yeah, +4 too. God. Alright, well, whatever.
And fuzzy dice.
And fuzzy dice. Shit, what dice do I have?
I
Oh,
think you were using
meanwhile-
the potion ones, weren't you?
yeah, I think so. I'm gonna double check. Yes, the healing potion.
Oh, god damn it.
Whoa! Gregory! Natural 20 on mission.
Okay.
Can I pass on my natural 20 because I was doing a lot of talking in the council room and I feel that's
You had
unfair.
the most interesting adventure.
Yeah,
going.
do
It sounds like you enjoy the talking.
I enjoy it. I enjoy listening.
No, I do not enjoy the talking, as a matter
You're
of
not-
fact.
you're not
I
with
hate
The
us.
words
talking
seem to
fucking people who are smarter than me.
make their way out of your mouth quite easily, so I just assumed. Right.
Well, listen, somebody's got to ask the questions. Sometimes it just falls to the guy who doesn't give a shit what people think. All
I
right,
can count on you then.
you can count on me, Mountain Man. Whatever questions you need asked, you just whisper them in my ear, and I'll make sure people hear them, and you don't have to worry about what they think of you and your alarming stature.
Right. Well,
How do doors work for you? Do they
Um,
just make them bigger where you come from?
yes.
So that's 2 of our 3 groups that I see. Is Kurt, you're going on your own?
Yeah,
As well?
I'm into the pseudo.
He rolled 12.
Church.
He rolled 12 up there.
Oh, I missed it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He rolled. He's good. He's in there.
Oh, okay.
Well,
So I see a roll for Argo as well. Were you doing something else?
No, I thought we were all. For a split second, I thought we were rolling all individual initiative.
Ah, no, that's fine.
Yeah, Elrond is our roll, but
Cool.
I rolled amazing.
yeah, it's great. I mean, we're just going drinking, so honestly, it's probably better we're at the bottom of the initiative.
Where the hell are you taking us? No, the real story's gonna happen with us. Something horrible's gonna happen.
So at the top, we've got
Retired adventurer barkeep. Yeah, someone pick a fight. Yeah.
Gavin's gonna get hit by a sky falling.
He turns out to be a level 20 golden dragon. This does not need to be dark. Oh, I guess I was doing that because it's interior. Give me a moment. Alrighty. So, Gregory, you are heading towards the archive.
Mm-hmm.
Who in the group has your map?
Probably me.
Oh. Yeah, I think.
Probably Kurt. Okay.
Were they not hanging those out like hotcakes? Can I just get one?
Looking around. So you had retrieved that from, I believe, the council chambers. Sirkin had prepared one for you. They would be common enough. So
It wouldn't. I'm not the
grab
type
another
of guy to even find one. To be honest, I know my way around. I don't ask for directions. All right, it's a giant tower that they think is some archaeology, but it's actually just a library. All I have to do is sniff out pretension, and I'll find it.
Alrighty. So taking that approach, it does take you a little while.
Everything here is gaudy and pretentious. God.
Like you do wander around a little bit because the streets are all kind of very patterned. So it feels like you're changing things, but as you're walking around, you do kind of acclimate yourself to like, oh, hey, the main streets have different texture, like colors to them. So you're walking and are finding kind of your way around there and end up finding the archive. Okay. Walking in, you see there are tons of bookshelves, right? It is a library of sorts, but you also see a bunch of kind of satellite offices and larger spaces that you can see people are in the midst of drawing some arcane runes, and another room you see some gemstones that are held in different devices that are giving off light, or one of them's emitting a flame out the side of it. You can smell kind of like the burning smell of some of that, but there's also like a charge from having so much magic activity going on in this area that you kind of smell almost. Asking around inside, you'll end up meeting a elven woman named Usamea, who will talk to you about whatever it is that you're trying to find.
Can you spell that for me, Jacob?
Usamea? She goes by Usa, but it's Usamea.
This is the archive.
Yes. Let's pull you actually here. Alrighty. Is this working? There we go. Okay. This is darker than I intended it to be. Let's see. Can adjust that. Well, maybe. That's a little better. There we go.
Hey.
Okay. Um,
So before I begin talking to this woman,
okay.
was this the person I was directed to? Was this like the only one who would talk to me?
Like within the thing, there are many people that are kind of around, like reading books or actively like in experiments and things. But they all kind of pointed you towards kind of the person that's in charge right now of seeing visitors, and they would have kind of been able to direct you to her. So she's not like the lowest level person, but yeah.
Right, like I imagine I talked to a clerk who led me to a bookkeeper who led me to whoever this lady is.
Yeah.
Who goes by the name of Usa.
Yes.
Well, that's great. And she's an elf?
She is an elf.
That's great, too. Okay. Hello, Miss Lady Usa. I am told you are the person I am to speak to with my inquiries about magical natures and the state of the world, or whatever namby-pamby stuff this place gets up to.
I may be able to help you.
Not only do I hope. Tower of Impatience.
Is there something specific that you're looking for?
Yes, there is, and I would thank you not to interrupt me and show me the courtesy that I am due as a fellow human, or living creature. Me being human and you being an elf and whatnot. And anyways, I will continue my thought. As I was saying before, I am here to ask you what kind of research is being done in ensuring Skyfallen can return to the world they were taken from. And before you begin, let me tell you, I've been all around the city, and Counselor Sildo has told me plenty about how nobody knows. I don't need to hear that jargon anymore. I understand no one knows. You're going to tell me you don't know. What do you know? I know it's not the answer, but what have you got? And failing that, if you truly have nothing, what can I do to get you something?
Well, things we know. This place is a research facility for magical means. The reason that we are versed in the topic that you're talking about is because this is one of the areas of study. We have many different avenues of things that we have been trying to research. Everything from moon cycles, the dragons, the edge of the valley, the chasm, the planar redirection that seems to be a thing.
Let me stop you right there. What's the chasm?
There is a place, it would be sandward from here, connected to the Sapphire Basin, that is a large crag in the steppes. It's large enough we had to build a bridge across it, but we don't know if it has a bottom, or if it just falls into nothingness.
Great. So you've got this bottomless chasm you've had to build a bridge over. That's certainly a curiosity. What does this have to do with Skyfallen and people getting home?
Well, we're trying to learn as much about this place as we can in order to try to find that solution. You said you already know that we currently don't have a way to get home.
Yes, I'm aware of that, but you will understand I seem to lose some patience when people are explaining to me geological features, when actually what I'm asking for is how to get out of this place. Like, I don't need to know about the rocks and the birds and the bees. I just need to know, how do I get out of here? Alright? Like, how do I wake up from this dream? Is it jumping into the chasm? Is that what I need to do? It doesn't have a bottom, supposedly. You think that's like reverse sky falling? You just jump into the chasm and you just pop on out?
Well, the research team that we sent down there never came back, so
Because they got out.
Sure. That's also the story at the edges of the valley.
Edges of the valley. Oh shit, is this a flat earth?
More like the valley that we are in. We've never heard anything from outside.
Apologies, I got excited and thought we were on the cusp of a revelation there. Or at least I was on the cusp of a revelation. You already knew these things. Apologies for wasting your time, ma'am. Now, so the chasm is certainly a curiosity. Did this research group have one of those fancy schmancy radio pebbles? I know mages use them where I used to come from. You like talk into them and people can hear you.
Sending stones.
Yeah, sending stones. Did you just not think to send those with them?
Unfortunately, they're rather rare here. See, most of the magic items are pulled out of the catacombs. I don't believe we've had a set pulled from there. We've been trying to create some of them, but we also don't have very many high-level mages left. They're
a high-level mage? What? Nobody can cast higher circles of magic here? Like, what? Who's your most powerful spell man?
That would have been Quesh.
I tell you what, there was nothing impressive about that one. So I understand how you might be in a bit of a predicament. Alright, so understandably you're working with resources you don't have a lot of access to. Sending in inexperienced people to do God knows what level of job. Alright, I'm getting a good picture here. We got a bunch of noobs and greenhorns trying to achieve something that would take a high pay grade. Alright.
Is there something I can help you with on a different subject, or
no? This is absolutely the subject we need to be speaking on here, Ms. Usa. So, the chasm, dead end. Not literally, of course. So.
Maybe. We don't know.
That's true. We don't know, and I know that you're not gonna know, because it sounds like you can't cast anything above a fourth circle. So, I guess, beyond the chasm, you were speaking of some other features that were of note. Would you like to resume your list, ma'am?
Well, we have a number of different research areas that we're trying to look into just to find out more about this place. There seems to be some kind of pattern of threes, it being a triangle, the number of dragons that are around here. That's why we think they're linked to this whole place. The different moon cycles, though, that would you could consider to be 4, but there are 3 visible ones.
So what, you've got what cycles would those be?
We have new moon, we have the waning gibbous, the waxing gibbous, and the full moon. But that's all we see here.
So you aren't blessed with the intermediate phases between any of these transitional points?
Unfortunately not.
So essentially it's a new moon in between every one of these phases. So you just go straight from waxing gibbous, no moon, full moon.
I believe it's waxing, full moon, waning, new moon.
Listen, ma'am, if you've been talking to me for more than 5 minutes at this point, if it didn't occur to you that I would have no idea what I'm talking about pertaining to waxing gibbous to whatever wax on, wax off bullshit, like you get what I'm saying. You have the wherewithal to breach that knowledge yourself. So don't waste my time telling me I don't know shit. I know I don't know shit. I mean,
okay.
All right. We're at the point now, I get this way all the time, where I just get frustrated that I don't know enough, and I start taking it out on people, and I do not want to do that to you, Miss Sousa. So what we are going to do now is reach a finality to this conversation. And that is there anything I can do for you or your fellow library members to help further the goals of getting people back where they came from? Those that wish to go.
Unless you wish to gather reagents, I don't think there is much that we could get from you that would further any of these specific researches at the moment.
Absolutely, I understand. I'm not much of a thinker. Are any of these reagents hard to acquire?
Some of them, yes.
Perfect. What's the one that's hardest for you soft-fingered folks to get at?
Probably dragon parts?
Dragon parts. You did say there were only 3 of those, correct?
As far as we know, yes.
So I'm just supposed to harvest some dragon parts off of one of the 3 dragons that exist in this world?
Yes.
Alright, that's fair enough.
We are looking for why they're linked. So if you're looking for a way to help, that could also potentially be something. But as far as we know now, that was a request from Quesh, and we aren't really sure why. So
that sounds like a dead end, seeing as he's Anyways, so you want me to collect some dragon flakes? From 1 or 3?
He felt it was important, and we don't know why. So until we find his research books and are able to go through and read them, for now, all we know to ask for is the parts that he requested.
I see. Understandable, ma'am. Now, I guess that's all I need to know. Is there anything maybe a little more approachable that you may need?
You're talking on the reagents?
Well, I'd be more than happy to share a meal with you sometime if that's what you're saying, but no. Let's focus on the professional, ma'am.
Reagents specifically, we're looking for gem dust, ivory, obsidian. Gilded skull was one of them. She kind of pulls out a piece of paper and starts looking through.
Absolutely, you
sulfur,
just hand me that.
Wing of feather.
Listen, just give me the list. I work great with lists.
I will get a scribe to copy it.
Perfect. I'll wait.
She'll step over, tap somebody on the shoulder, and say, "Hey, would you copy this list while I'm having this conversation?"
You know, back where I came from, somebody could do that with a spell, really easy. Neither of us would really have to be waiting longer than this sentence to get that information.
Well, like I said, we have lost most of our high-level spellcasters and can't afford to waste spells on frivolous things.
Well, I'm more than happy to argue with you till the sun rises tomorrow, but fair enough, ma'am. Fair enough. Now, out of curiosity, I have to ask this to every elf I meet because it's just truly fascinating to me. How old are you?
How old am I?
I'll explain it because I understand some people tend to get offended. I'm a human. My lifespan is incredibly short. I'm expected to live to around 90 years old, but my profession has me...
the lifespan of humans.
Do not interrupt me again. That is incredibly rude. I understand you live a long time. You might not have the patience for one as short-lived as I am. And I understand that. And I will not suffer you to be in my presence any longer. I will just ask for my list, and I'll sit here quietly until I have it.
I'm going to regret this. Are you one of the new Skyfallen?
I don't see how that has anything to do, but yes, I am a new Skyfallen. That's why I came in here asking all these greenhorn questions to you today.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yes,
And
absolutely
also,
it does.
We at the archive try to record
Library.
the histories of those that are here in an effort to also understand the outside world as well as the inside world. Do you have any memories from before you fell that you would be willing to let us write down in our records?
Suppose that does raise a good question for the DM. Do we talk about specific memories, or do I not even remember the world I came from?
Pretty much the main thing you remember is the scenes that we did during the dream sequences, essentially.
So yeah, is that literally all I remember from the world I was in before, or do I remember like essentially the basic stuff, like, hey, it's Eberron or whatever?
Think of it this way: you have the intuition and street smarts of that world, but you do not have the book smarts of the like what you would find if you looked anything up type of a thing. So the only things that you actually remember are probably about like the Plague Council and stuff, and then like your own memory, you knew specifically like the person that you were hunting and that kind of a thing. And then the names of the people in those visions, to an extent, the ones that you would have interacted with and maybe like said their name or they said something like that, you would know their names, but not everybody.
So we're talking just about near total amnesia.
Yes.
Okay, I guess in some way I thought I still had a good idea of the world I left behind, but by hearing that again, it sounds like I definitely don't.
Yeah, I would say, like, knowing the whole Plague Council thing exists, that does give you that sense of, like, oh, hey, there is something that I should be doing. And the, like, memories that we kind of came up with there and pieced together from everybody, like, you're able to put that together, but that's about it.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, I apologize for that lengthy introspection I just suffered. I do not have much memory from where I was before. I merely have maintained my sense of duty to an important task, which leads to the alarm and vitriol I pursue in the name of returning to said place, and why I am so impatient to do so.
Okay. Would you be willing for us to write this down? To volunteer this information to us?
You know what? In exchange for that pretty little list, why not? I was an appointed member of some council of people who were
pulls over a piece of paper and a quill and starts writing while you're starting to talk, just right there.
I was part of a council, the reaction to some necromantic dragon that was laying waste to the community in which I was summoned to. As an expert in my field, it was my responsibility to help the other experts in my group track down and dispose of this threat to the region and the world therein. Naturally, we were going to succeed, but something happened that prevented us from doing so. I imagine it was what threw me into this world in such a violent fashion.
Okay.
I came here with a collection of others, the other members of this group. I really hope one of them isn't actually one of them and my memories are mistaken. But that's a personal note that you don't really need to record, ma'am.
Okay.
It's not pertinent to the information you are trying to harvest from me.
She kind of takes the book that she's been copying this into and flips back a page or a few pages and then says, "A council? Was it the Plague Council?"
Why, you know what? I do believe it was the Plague Council. Now, why exactly do you know the name of that council, ma'am?
Interesting. Because there is one other here who has a similar memory.
Go on. Please do not leave me in suspense.
It says here he was also a member of the Plague Council. Was there, but he refused to talk about the rest of his memories. How many days have you been here?
2? So one night.
One night. Okay.
Going on 2 nights.
I'm guessing no one's prepared you for this, but your future nights are going to be less pleasant than your first. Memories from before tend to, after the first night, come in droves of bad memories. And they tend to be repeated. You'll find that most of the people here who have been Skyfallen will shy away from talking about that time because of the feelings of this. I'm going to leave some space here. If you want to come back later, you are able to remember more. Feel free to stop by and we will record that. For now, let me get you this person's name. Maybe you knew him. His name's Trent Stonefoot.
Name doesn't quite ring a bell. Do you happen to know where I could talk to this Trench?
Trent. So we don't keep track of what everyone's doing in the city. I'm not entirely sure. You might have to ask around.
I see. Well, I appreciate your candor, ma'am. I do suppose that is all the business that we have together, assuming that list has been transcribed.
Yeah, by now, the kind of person that she had handed it off to comes back with the copy and puts both of them on the table. She'll kind of pick it up and hand you one and say, "Yes, these are just the reagents for spells that we're currently looking for. Any of them would be appreciated, and we will compensate you upon you bringing them to us."
And you have beaten me to my follow-up question. Thank you very much, Tusa. Again, I apologize for my lack of manners when it comes to my temper. I am often impatient, and I understand that can be grating for those who speak with me. Your patience in this matter has been very, very well received. And I hope that upon our next meeting, it will go far better when I hand you a nice big bundle of herbs and dragon dander, I guess.
Sure. I hope so as well.
When he started with herbs, listen, like just special recipe of 7 herbs and spices.
This is a bundle of 7 herbs and spices.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in Monday Talk,
Okay.
in Discord. So that's the list that she had gave.
Get that on your
There.
character sheets. Sheet.
Copy that wherever you'd like. Okay. With that, we're going to pull back from that scene and move on to our next one, which
Never
I
did
believe
get that age.
was.
I will do the same as Kyle and volunteer moving down to give way for the majority of the party. I can go last if we want.
Nah, no, you're good. Go ahead. Take your spot. Take your spot.
All right, if you guys are sure. Yeah, Kurt's heading for the church.
The same temple that he received the holy symbol from?
Yes, the same temple.
All
What's
right.
the name of that temple? Can I ask?
It's just the Temple of the Sun.
Temple of the Sun. Thank you. Just type that in here. Temple of the Sun. Yeah, I think he goes back and he looks for Rena. The same priestess who helped him last time.
Okay. Do this. We're gonna apply this. Fetch. And throw Kurt here. Oh, reveal. There we go. Alrighty, that music is very loud to me.
Why am I getting Stellaris vibes from that?
It is kind of grand, isn't it?
That's good.
Yeah.
From the visuals or from the
Music.
No, from the music.
music? Okay. So, Kurt, walking around, you definitely have a map,
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I do.
right? So you're able to at least, narrow down where it's going to be,
I was
and
here
get
before,
there
yeah.
mostly no trouble. And yes, you've been there before. You can see the similar to the palace in the central area architecture, where it has the kind of marbled stone and gold filigree running throughout it.
Does that mean this was also obviously built by people?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe you had seen that before, that it was obviously built
stonework
on
that
top
was
of
built.
the previous ones. Yep.
Magically made.
There are, 2-story double doors that are currently open to a kind of general chapel area within, some stained glass in the back.
Yeah. Kurt comes back in. I think he maybe asks. Hey, I'll ask who the first person who might be able to dress him if he can find Rena.
Yeah, as you're walking in, you'll see a number of people around worshiping in various places, and she's kind of at the back conversing with a tabaxi male that is kind of dressed in other vestments as well.
Yeah, Kurt would approach, just put his
Actually, hold
hammer
on.
down and kind of just wait patiently to intervene.
Not holding a giant sword, but tabaxi.
You're good. I just
Sorry,
of
have you approached?
No, I'm waiting for the conversation to be over. I catch her eyes, I'll give her a wave. But I got my hammer down. I'll sit on the pew or whatever's available while I wait for her.
She'll finish her sentence and kind of wrap up the conversation, and then she'll kind of gesture over to you and then walk over.
Rena, right? Rena was your name.
Yes, Rena.
Rena! That's right, I'm always just getting names wrong.
What's Rena look like?
Rena is a kind of tall, has flowing blonde hair that kind of reaches down halfway to her back. She's currently wearing some vestments that are kind of hanging cloth that have an insignia of the sun there.
And okay, cool. Yeah, I just wanted a quick visual of her, but like, yeah, as
she's Elven also,
Elven,
so her
okay.
ears are kind of pointing out of there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just want to apologize. I came in here in such a hustle to get that there holy symbol. Been working real good. I appreciate the donation. Truly, I do. I just wanted to catch back up with you, have a proper conversation. As I told you before, at least I'm pretty sure in my life before I fell out of the sky I was a man of the faith. One or the other, I can't really remember, but first I saw this place, I felt drawn to it, so figured I'd
Who were you?
take a moment to come back and ask a few questions if that's okay with you.
Well, that's perfectly fine.
You said this
The,
guy, his name was Solomon?
You said you were a holy, or go ahead.
No, you first.
She'll say there aren't many holy people that have seemed to have been fallen here. It is mostly myself and Zuno.
Well,
I am pleased to make your acquaintance.
I pointed to backseat Zuno.
Yes, that is Zuno. He is the leader of this temple.
Zuno, leader. Got it. Thank you.
Well, good to know, good to know. A holy man, I'm not quite sure. I just know that I made things, and when I did, I imbued them with the power of my God as much as I could. I just can't damn remember who that was, if I even had one. But I guess where I'm here now, I gotta deal with what I have, and I mean, this palace seems pretty dang pretty, so, or temple, whatever you want to call it. I wanted to ask you about Solomon, is his name?
Sunamon, yes.
Sunamon. I get that wrong, but I just want to ask you about him. I mean, I feel like I should know the details of a god if I'm going to wield power.
Well, this is an interesting place that we're in.
Oh, yeah.
Because those that do remember the time before do remember occasionally the names of gods from outside. None of us who were of faith from before are able to contact or feel the connections to our gods outside.
Yeah, like a kind of emptiness or something, I feel that.
Yes, there's some kind of barrier. Sunamon seems to be a god here.
Well, tell me
That
about
connection is strong enough that we're able to feel it.
I mean, the powers work, so...
Yeah. Sunamon is a... Give me a moment here.
Take your time.
How would they phrase this? Sunamon is a deity of light and rebirth. The realm that we're in has cycles to it. Sunamon is connected to those through some kind of connection we don't understand. He has been a benevolent force, however, that when called upon has aided anyone who showed faith in him. The kind of holy texts that we do have were written by Skyfallen here that seem to have made a connection with him in some kind of vision. He is a ruler that, or not ruler, a deity that assists in our growth rituals, as well as we've also had a few miracles that have come about with the way that our food needs are fulfilled. Some of us that pray to him have been able to make grain grow quickly in this place, which is difficult because the seasons here are strange. Most of the other grain and other types of food are either pulled out of the catacombs or are often... We grow a lot of mushrooms indoors since that's about all you can grow on stone.
True. That seems very nice. It truly does. From what I can understand from my own skills, I'm a man of stone, man of metal. I'm a craftsman. I make things. I deal in heat and steel. Is there a place for me among your temple and your god of the sun?
There's always a place for you here. However, if you're looking to put those skills to work, I would suggest maybe the forge works for you.
It makes sense, I imagine. I just figured I'd come here first, but I do feel indebted to you for handing me this this symbol. Truly I do. In a time of need, did not have one. But thank you for telling me about it. Can I ask how far he reaches? Do many people worship him, or is it just here in the city walls?
There are some outside of the city. There are a few towns outside of Warden's Charge that are worshippers occasionally. They don't have as much of a presence there. That's something that if our numbers were a little higher, we could do. But right now, we only have a handful of members of the faith.
Understand. Are there other gods, or is this only one y'all been able to find?
So far, this is the only one we've been able to find, at least of the good persuasion.
You can't pick them at least. Wait a minute. Good. You got some bad gods?
We don't really... We haven't looked into those, but...
Good. Probably don't.
There are occasionally those who are seeking that, but
well,
I'm not
all
versed
they
in what
find
they've
is your
found.
sun god and turn their ways at the end. Understandable. Well, I appreciate you answering my questions. Just a few more. Okay, if I stay here, you mind?
Oh, are you new?
I have just fallen, yes. A few days ago. Just looking for a place to belong, really. I got some friends I'm trying to help out and sort everything, but I guess, we'll probably all find a place to rest while we're in the city. I just figured I'd try here first.
Okay. Yes, we have a couple of areas and rooms that we have many beds in order to help those that are down on their luck.
I would appreciate a cot or whatever you got. And is there anything I can do in exchange? Anything that you need? I'm a forgeman by trade, but I could be skilled in many things. Obviously, I've told you I've been blessed with some clerical power, mostly in fixing things. But
Interesting. As a forgeman, you said, would you have the ability to craft something like this? And she kind of points back to there's like a candelabra thing that seems to have that same holy symbol associated with it.
Given time and materials, yes. And then a forge, of course.
Okay. we're looking for people to fulfill this kind of thing. We've put in orders with the Forge Works, but they tend to be backed up, and with the shadow scales coming in, they've been redirected towards making more weaponry lately.
Shadow scales.
Yes, that's there's a black dragon that their forces are called the Shadow Scales. Uxin is the name of the dragon. They've been pushing out of the swamps and closer to the city lately, so
What was their
the
name
council's
again?
been preparing
Shadow
to
Scales.
ramp up protection.
Well, that doesn't sound very good.
Yeah, it has us all worried.
I would be more than happy to assist with this candelabra situation if I can get the right materials.
Okay. It's not of it's not
Immediate
time
import.
sensitive.
That's fine. I just want to be able
well-
to repay you.
Do whatever you can. We have no prerequisite to staying here. However, we only have so many beds.
Understood.
So we do ask that
But you did just
once you've made enough of a living or gotten a job and that kind of thing, if you can make space for others who need the space.
Of course,
would be
I just want to stay, not in a strange tavern. I'd rather be somewhere a little warmer, a little more familiar. I don't know. This isn't familiar, but it feels familiar. So I thank you. I won't be here long, just a day, maybe two.
That's perfectly fine.
And one final question for you before I leave you. Well, I'd have some friends I need to meet up with. Do you know what's Peakward? Any chance? I imagine you don't travel far, being so busy here and all, but you hear any rumors? Anything
What's
interesting?
Well, Peakward is... It becomes colder the further north that you go.
What I hear, mountains and all.
The area in between the Dreadwood and the actual peaks, we call the... hold on a second. I have... we call the Titan Timberlands. They are a bit more of a sparser forest, but they house much larger creatures, mostly of the Arctic variety. There are a few tribes up that way. Tribes of Goliath and I'm forgetting the other. I don't travel much.
I understand. I just figured I'd ask, but that's more than enough information than I expected, so thank you again. Yeah, he lifts himself up, grabs his hammer, and he says, I will return in the evening. Thank you again for the bed, and hope to see more of you, Rana. What was it again?
Rena.
We'll keep that in the noggin.
Here. Let me show you to an currently empty bed.
Please, I
And
want to know where I'm going.
Yep, she'll walk you back into a kind of hallway there that has a door or a couple of doors that open into longer areas that have cots lining kind of the side. And there's probably 15 to a room is kind of the setup that they have going. There's not much space for personal belongings or anything.
Kurt just sets his backpack down on one of them and gives her a warm smile and just says, I will return.
Alrighty. Alright. Was there anything else that you'd like to do while you're here?
No, that was it.
Alrighty. Then we will pull back from this scene as well. And catch up with the rest of the party, who have made their way to the Hapless Hydra after a bit of a walk and meandering through there. Hold on a sec.
Okay.
Just take the phone. Oh, you're good. Alright. Let's get some characters over here.
Gotta get that tavern music going.
Yep. Yeah, I have not set this back up. Here we go. So we have Helmar, Alrune, and Argo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Us three. Drinking buddies.
Man, these, I'm wondering. There we go.
Sounds like we're about to raid a dungeon in Diablo.
Yeah. I definitely get that vibe. It's like the,
got a bad feeling about this.
Okay, no!
Alrighty. So, arriving here. So you walk into the Hapless Hydra. Inside, it's fairly warm. You see, it's moderately filled. It's not really like peak time for taverns yet, right? It's afternoon, kind of going into the evening. So you imagine more people will be filtering in over time. Hold on. That's what's happening. I've been getting the music from Kyle's stream as well.
I need that.
Okay.
Yep.
Got a little bit of an echo.
Whoops.
Yep. All good.
Yeah, I need that.
It's been throwing me off a little bit. But yeah. Okay, so walking into the tavern, it's kind of standard tavern. You do see that there are a couple of wardens in the stone wall here. So you imagine this place doesn't get too rowdy. And you can kind of see that, judging by the sheer amount of ale that you see, is kind of lower than you would have expected. You do see a stairway going off into the back that you imagine there are rooms above. The building itself, when you were approaching, was at least 3 stories high. So there's seems to be ample room. Inside this common room, you do see a number of people around eating, a couple drinking, and there seems to be a bard in the corner that is also in the midst of playing just a light tune. What would you like to do?
All right, looks like they don't need any bounces.
So as we walk in, we're continuing a discussion between me and Argo, talking about how even though he doesn't drink, it doesn't mean he gets out of buying his rounds.
Goddamn sense. I don't drink, I don't eat, I don't sleep.
That's the spirit.
I guess. You guys can hear me, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. All right, well, I suppose I can give it a shot. Oh, it's lively in here. All right.
It's a little busier than I expected.
Also, kind of disappointed, and looks like it's not gonna need any bouncers or watchmen of any kind.
I'm sure the statues have that covered.
I was thinking about making some extra money, if you catch my drift.
Well, it can't hurt to ask around.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, let's just say let's go to a table. Do whatever you flesh bags do when you're hungry.
And we eat, but interesting.
Yeah, we'll look for a table that's big enough to fit a Goliath and the other end of the scale, the smallest kind of person too. So
Ma'am, I'd like a booster seat for my friend here, please.
And so this area isn't a one-to-one depiction of this as well. So I can move these people over here. They're at a different table, and you can take this kind of round one.
All right, there we go.
There are a number of open tables. So.
I put the kobold. I get him a special seat. Get him a booster. There you go, little buddy.
I give you a really annoyed look.
What? I'm just trying to be helpful. One of these days you're not gonna have old Argo to help you get a booster seat, and you're gonna be sad.
Dude, how to respond to that? Is there like wait staff, or do we need to go up to the counter to get anything?
So you do see there's like one barmaid that's kind of going around, but then there's the tavern keep kind of behind the counter, who is currently serving drinks and talking to a nearby patron.
I guess Hjalmar will try to flag down the barmaid first.
Okay.
But if we're left there waiting for too long, because it does look kind of busy in here, I'll head up to the counter.
And you'll see that she's kind of chatting with one of the tables, like she might know those people or something. So she's kind of absent-minded and not paying attention to serving people as much as you had hoped for it.
Okay.
So waiting for her, you would be waiting for a few minutes at least before she would notice you.
Guess we'll. I mean, not
we
to
can
be.
engage him way before then.
We do. Okay.
I was just going to ask what you're drinking.
I'd look around to see what other people are drinking.
Yeah. How? I guess that's another question. Is what's the spread look like? Is this high fancy? Is this everyone has a flagon with the same color ale, or is this?
Yeah, so this is kind of mid-scale. So there's like 2 or 3 drink options, really. It's like ale or like one spirit they keep, and not much of it. So they aren't serving people here to get super drunk because they're afraid of things becoming too heavy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Well,
true.
You always start with a shot.
What's
I
a
agree.
shot? What's a shot? I'm confused.
Depends.
You're gonna shoot me? I can
No.
shoot something.
No violence. Please.
Well, why do you want to have a shot? I mean, a shot at what? I'm confused. Help me
It's an
understand.
expression. There's smaller amounts of more concentrated ale.
Oh,
It gets you drunk faster.
I see.
So you start with the good stuff, so the bad stuff tastes better.
Oh, all right. Makes sense.
So, 3 shots, and then 3 flagons.
I don't know about that. That sounds like a lot. Why?
1 for each of us. But I need a barrel. The size of the cups here is a little small.
Small.
I agree.
He flexes his hand and kind of like holds it up to a nearby flagon. And
Yeah,
he can scoop the whole thing in his hand. It's not a... He's half giant, so...
Yeah, the
It's like sipping out of a teacup of ale for him.
yeah, the cup itself is like normal size for us to be like a pint glass or whatever. But for you, yeah, like half of your hand is taken up by it is about it, and then it would be super awkward to hold.
And I don't do pinkies out.
Oh, I see. Well, barkeep, do we ask for the barkeep? I've never been into one of these places before.
The maid is taking too long. We go to the counter.
I'll turn around and rise if I can fit the ceiling in here. I hope the ceiling's high enough.
Yeah, it is. It's made room for kind of the warden statue thing going on, and those tend to have slightly varying heights occasionally.
Okay.
And like you've seen one that might be a little shorter than you, so and you can see there's two of them in here, and one of them is slightly taller than the other, but still not to your height. But the roofs in here are sufficient for a man of your size.
Good, so I'm not going to be clunking my head and shoulders
Right,
on anything.
right.
All right, cool. Awesome, good, because I'm, like, fucking huge, so... as Gregory said earlier, doors and stuff. So I guess I'll turn and approach the bar as least intimidatingly as possible.
Okay. So going up there, you see that the kind of tavern keep behind there is currently pouring a drink, and he looks up and he goes, "Oh, you're a big one. You need something?"
Greetings. I have two smaller folk with me. We'll
Kind
need...
of tries to lean around to see, like looking at the floor behind you.
He can't.
He doesn't see it. I'll take your word for it.
I promise they're there. Right. We need...
Arun is making larger glass gestures at you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need 3 shots and 3 flagons. But, given my...
He kind of motions to himself.
I would like a barrel.
So, you're new around here. I've never seen you before, right?
Correct.
Can you hold your liquor?
Well, where I come from, yes.
Because one of the things that we don't want to know is if you're an angry drunk. Because those fellas, and he points over at the stone wardens in the wall, they don't care. They'll still smack you down.
I understand where you're going with this. I get sleepy, not violent.
Good. What about your friends?
I will make them sleepy. If it becomes a problem.
See, now that's the kind of situation that I'm trying to avoid. Making somebody sleepy usually involves a big, swift hit in the back of the head.
Not necessarily, you see. There are ways.
Hopefully ways that the wardens don't know about, huh?
I promise we won't be any trouble.
Well, if something does happen, make sure you're running. Run outside the city. At least into the tree line. And you wait for the enforcers there. Okay?
You guys are serious about this, aren't you?
I don't want dead people in my bar again.
Again.
See that stain under the floor there? Last
look,
Tuesday.
look here. Yes,
Alas, poor Yorick.
sorry.
Alright. Well, he'll turn around and start bringing out... he does have a larger cup for you.
Oh, goodness, thank
I
you.
just kind of sighs to that. It's like, I haven't had to pull this out in a little while. Goliaths don't tend to come down from the mountains. And then he
Wait.
pulls out another.
There are my kind in the mountains?
Yeah. I just kind of assumed that you were coming down to visit.
I thought everyone lived here.
Not really. There's a few towns outside. There's a couple of tribes of Goliaths up north. Peakward.
Oh. How many?
One or two. At least two. I think they're fighting all the time.
How many strong?
Oh, that I can't tell you. I just know there's a couple tribes up there.
Well, I just recently got here. I did not come from Peakward.
Skyfallen then.
Yes.
Well, welcome. This is
Thank you.
not the best place to be.
Your tavern is not the best place to be.
No, this whole place. This wherever we are. You know? Don't worry about it. He fills up another and then
Try not to worry about it.
switches over to the getting the shots ready. Yeah, people here tend to get pretty depressed. It's one of those things that's bad about running a tavern in the middle of a place like this. It's not doing too well. Mostly the food business.
Your business is not well, or the patrons.
A little bit of both.
All right. I should have expected that.
He finishes pouring the shots. Well, that'll be 3 ales, 3 shots, beef, 6 copper.
Okay.
He'll slide 6 copper across the table.
Because you're new. And then he'll kind of scrape it off into another cup and set it off to the side. Well, enjoy.
Thank you.
He'll kind of, I guess in one hand, all of the other drinks except the larger one. The other hand has that one in it.
Yep.
He'll turn and carry it back to the table and set it all down.
Don't worry. I have this one.
Oh. How kind of you.
Shots first.
Shots first.
All right. Argo takes the glass and waits for both of you.
All right. And hold up the single shot between my 2 fingers out to the 2 of you,
Okay.
and then knock it back.
Yeah. He splashes it in his face.
How are what?
He just splashes it in his face.
No, that goes in your mouth, not.
You hear a voice from across the room go, "Now that's just a waste."
Right.
I'm trying to enjoy my time with my organic compatriots.
I reach over and grab your ale and slide it back in front of me.
Those ain't so bad. to
I
have
will
some-
I'll start on the giant flagon in front of me and get about halfway in already. So
And I make a comment. It's like, oh, some of your people, that's nice. My people are everywhere, and they're never nice.
I'm interested to see.
That's right. You're like a little lizard person, aren't you?
Calling me short?
Yeah.
Do we see any other kobolds in the tavern?
Looking around, you don't really.
Okay. So it's just
Like around the town, walking around, you might have spotted one or two. They're fairly rare here.
well,
Probably
Perhaps
only one
elsewhere.
metal man.
Well, the ones in the walls, though.
That didn't mean no disrespect, Brian.
Are those? Can you talk to them?
Yeah, can you like communicate telepathically?
Uh,
No, with your mouth.
with your words. Or have you tried?
I'm confused. You want me to try to communicate with the kobolds?
I was simply asking if you had tried to speak to the giant metal men in the walls.
Oh,
You seem
no,
to be related.
I'm not related. I ain't nothing like them.
You look similar to me.
I'm made out of metal. He's clearly made out of stone. Plus, I've met
Tried
my
to talk
kind.
to the big ones?
Plus, I've met my kind before.
Have you?
Oh yeah, back where I came from, I think. I vaguely remember speaking to somebody. Looked like me.
Did you
All
know
right,
who they were?
You know what? We got some pretty dumb names back from where I come from. Here, let me go up. He cracks his knuckles. He goes up to one of the metal ones. I don't start with a language. That's construct. I try celestial.
You're speaking celestial to the
The
Concept.
wardens?
Yeah.
the wardens, yeah.
Greetings. Do you understand me?
There is
No.
no response.
I got nothing.
Oh, it was worth a try. It's always good to make friends.
That's fair. Hey, I made friends with you guys. Except that one guy. What was his name? I can't remember his name. It escapes me.
Ooh, which one?
The one kept giving me jokes. Quaz cracking.
Which one?
They're both of those two are wise. I don't know, the less intelligent one.
Which
Ah.
one?
Oh, goddamn, I can't the shorter one.
Well, they both look about the same height to me.
Oh, God.
One is much
Oh.
taller.
Well, from way up here, anyway.
The shorter one is, in fact, the dwarf. So,
Yeah, there we go. I don't mind
who
the
is
dwarf.
Hammer? Who is not the one you're talking about?
Yeah, that's Hammer. Yeah, I like that one. He's all right. I don't like the other one. The taller one. That's it. You're making fun of me.
We may just need some time to get used to each other.
You know what? I'm not gonna make fun of any of you. I'm not gonna hurt anybody's feelings. Not that my feelings were hurt, of course. I'm made out of steel.
You have feelings?
I like to think I do.
Can I? Hjalmar would poke Argo on the arm.
Is that feeling?
Yeah, I feel that.
Strange. It's cold and metal.
Yeah, well, I feel it. Don't mean it. Just I poke you, he pokes you. All I feel is squishy and warm.
Well,
Explain that one to me.
I'd like to think there are different levels of squishy and warm.
Well, not today.
point, the barmaid that you've been looking for the whole time kind of finally comes over to your table and says, "Hey, I see you already got drinks. Sorry for the wait. Is there anything I can get you now?"
No apologies necessary. What, is best to eat?
What initiative? What?
I just wanted to get that off the screen. I apologize. Whoa.
Oh, well, now it's gone.
It's gone.
The water, we're good.
Just throw it off the table, you're fine.
I removed it. We're good. Best to eat. Well, we have a good mushroom stew. We have a couple of breads. There's a cherry pie right now. That's about it for now.
I like the idea of stew.
We haven't quite started making the dinner time thing yet.
Do you have bowls in my size?
Oh, maybe. We might have enough to scrape together that.
You could just put it in this flagon.
Is it? She kind of lifts it up with both hands and looks inside. You might want to finish it first.
He would finish it in front of her in about 5 seconds.
Alrighty.
Does that solve the problem?
Yeah. Alright. So I'll take that. Anything else for either of you?
Yeah, some oil.
Oil. I don't think we have that on hand.
Like lamp oil? I'd settle for lamp oil.
Lamp oil. I'll ask Foley. I'll be back. How about you? What'd you say?
Mushroom
there?
stew.
Mushroom stew.
And-
Okay.
And a slice of pie.
And a slice of pie. Okay. She'll start walking away, and
Do you imagine we are all, except for Argo, fairly smashed by the time our
having not
learned-
eaten anything since the large breakfast in the morning. Yeah, I would say you're probably feeling it already. And you did one shot up front. Yeah, you're probably starting to feel it.
We chased the shots with more alcohol, so
Oh no, what are you doing?
And you'll see kind of like, if you're glancing over and looking, you can see them starting to like try to put together your food order, and they like dip the bowl, the smaller bowl in and get a mushroom stew, and then they kind of like take the whole pot and start tipping it over into the larger flagon.
I'm rubbing my hands as I watch them like load the thing.
And then, yeah, so they get the rest of it. You see the kind of older man walk away for a little while, back into like a back storeroom. And then he comes back out, and they both kind of come over and serve you your food, and he'll hand a small like glass jar to Argo and say, "I don't know if this is what you wanted, lamp oil.
I look at
5 silver for all of this."
All right, that's fine. I give him 5 silver.
That was for
fine.
all of the food.
Yeah. I will
Okay.
apply it
Oh.
to my joints.
Very kind, thank you.
No problem. You're coming out of your shares anyway. He's flexing his arm. He's putting it in his joints. Yeah, there we go.
Lamp oil. We have a flammable warforged walking around.
We do, in fact, have a flammable warforged walking around.
He's just covered in fuel for fire.
There's your problem.
I You may want to step away from the fireplace.
Relax, this is how I lubricate.
I don't know if we'll be able to put you out.
Fire burn. Fire badge.
Yeah. Listen, this is how I eat. Let's just say that.
Peculiar, but okay.
Listen, have you ever seen a creaky warforge?
I've seen none of your kind before.
Yeah. I can't really respond to that then. Just trust me. Just trust me. You don't want me creaking.
All right.
So,
While we're eating, kind of while I'm watching my friend essentially
Poke
douse
himself
himself in gasoline. Are we? Is there anything we can overhear that's like, I guess listening for rumors at this point? While we're just kind of hanging around here for a while.
okay. Like trying to overhear people's conversations and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like if like clearly someone's in distress, or if there's like whisperings of something outside of town, or that sort of thing, just casual.
Yeah,
Sort of
most
eavesdropping.
of it's like most of it's mundane gossip. Some of it, you hear some people talking that are kind of worried about the kind of shadow scales pushing out. They have been coming out of like the swamps into more common areas and pushing into the Dreadwood, and that's got people generally worried. They're
Okay.
talking about like, are we gonna have to like form a militia and actually fight this stuff? Like, Warden's Charge doesn't keep a standing army. What are we gonna do? Like, there's a lot of concern in that area.
Oh, okay.
There's some talk about just the general, like, there are some duels that go on at Fort Spirit, so people are asking about like, hey, did you see that duel the other day? And
Arena pit fighting. Oh shit.
I guess the other one would be there'd be a couple of people talking about we haven't gotten a shipment in from the hunters in a while. Like, they've been going out and like bringing back smaller things. We need more like meats and stuff. And you'll notice like there's not a lot of meat in the menu here. And then also like in the markets earlier, like recalling this, you didn't really see much meat.
Oh, okay. So it's mostly like produce then.
Yeah, so it's been a lot of produce, a lot of mushrooms, just because they're easy to grow indoors.
Okay.
And like some of the people here you would overhear too are like mushroom farmers essentially, and they're like in some of the stone buildings, like they have it all blocked off from light and are growing mushrooms in there. Yeah. Other than that, let's see. Oh, there was another. There'd be one talking about. There's a kind of prisoner caravan that's supposed to be setting out soon with the people that are heading out to the Sarenwald camp.
Oh.
There's. Let's see. There's kind of a general concern that in like one area of the city is growing a kind of ending up being kind of like a rundown area where not many people are, and the people that are there are kind of gruff, and they're giving cautionary tales to their comrades to stay away from that area. Keep your coin purse close if you're walking by. So.
Sounds like a place with a lot of problems.
Should stay out of that corner of the town.
perhaps.
Might
Maybe we
be
should-
a valuable place to snoop around, though.
I say before we get into any scuffle, maybe we should warm up. It sounds like there's some sort of dueling going on.
You just want to fight something, don't you?
If you notice, you were talking squishy and meaty earlier. Some of us are less squishy than others. And there's a way to keep that.
Oh, I know that at least.
I would like to not become squishy.
I got you. Fine.
So would Gregory and Kurt be heading back here? Is that kind of the plan? To meet up with the group?
Yeah, he was told to regroup here by
Okay.
Hammer, so...
Oh man, you guys would be hammered by the time they get here.
So Kurt would arrive first.
You don't know that. I got a
And
good
then-
constitution.
Gregory
That's
shortly
an issue as
after, but give you guys the opportunity to join in here.
Yeah, if Kurt
Oh.
arrives first, I think he'll probably walk in and immediately see hammered, hammered individuals, his companions, and just say,
Hammered.
You start without me, it look like. Good.
Sorry, we figured we'd break in the table for you.
No, absolutely, absolutely.
and he sets up the table and he sets his hammer and his shield up against one of the. He'll pull a chair up if there isn't one there.
So I just go to the bar here.
Well, you can wait for the
Bars
nice lady,
here.
but it took a little longer than we'd liked.
I'll go over to the bar.
Right.
He goes that way, probably around the same time Gregory walks in.
Yep.
I am also trying
Yeah.
to teach Argo drinking games.
All right, I don't understand this. I don't understand these games.
Gregory will be walking in here, and
Stick him up.
as Kurt's going to the bar.
Now, be careful. He's covered in flammable oil.
Oh yeah, no, I don't know why I put myself there.
We don't want any accidents. I told the barkeep there would be no accidents.
You just be cool and I'll be cool. We're all good here.
Well, if you get any closer to that fire, you certainly won't be cool.
It's all right. I don't burn very well.
Yeah, but that oil does.
I'm always covered in oil. God damn it!
That is not how you work.
How do you know how the hell I work?
I'm not quite sure. Just call it intuition, I guess.
You did tell him you don't have gears. So.
So heading to the bar, Kurt, the bartender will say, "What can I do you for?"
I'll just have one of what they're having. Hey, can I ask you a question really quick?
Yeah, go for it.
Why is this place named the Hapless Hydra?
Sounded like a good name. Alliteration and all.
Just out of a whim, you ain't got no clever story for why it's named the Hapless Hydra? You just came up with that?
Yep.
I'm impressed, I really am. I'll have a drink.
Because
said
if
you want the
drink
same?
enough, the cobalt in the corner has multiple heads.
Oh no.
That's a good one. I might use that next time.
That'd be a good story.
So he'll pull out a flagon of ale and say, "Did you want the shot too?"
No, but I look and I see Gregory and I say,
One more.
One more of the ale. Okay.
Hey,
And he'll pull him out. And he'll say, "That'll be 2 coppers."
2 copper indeed.
and they'll fish it out of his pocket.
You break a gold?
Gold? Let me see. And he'll kind of fish around underneath and... Yeah, if I charge you 5, you gonna get food?
Sure. I see you got
Okay.
soup. I'll have soup.
Yeah, okay.
I saw over to Gregory. You want food?
Hell yeah, I want food. I'm fucking starving.
Get that man some food too.
I mean, freaking. I'm freaking starving.
Alrighty. It'll be another silver for the food.
It's fine.
So, and then he can break a gold.
Alright, perfect. I will add that to mine. I will bring that back to the table to share with Gregory.
Alrighty.
Did the two of you find what you were looking for?
As Kurt stuffs his face, he looks at Gregory.
More or less, I expected what I got. And it's essentially they don't know shit. Sounds like they're working on it. I discovered some infinite chasm. Apparently, if you go sandward, there's just some giant cleft in the ground that has no bottom.
Well, that sounds like fascinating.
Right? I thought that's pretty interesting stuff.
Sandward, you say? Is that south?
I don't think they do cardinals here. I think sandward is wherever sandward is.
Yeah, if you want to think of it as like peakwards north, southwest is sandward, southeast is swamp.
South is not peak.
Okay, so southwest is what you'd be looking at.
Anything
Yeah,
weird about it? It's just a hole in the ground.
It's just a pit that has no bottom. Apparently,
How
they
big
sent
is-
people into it. Well, it's
How
a
big is this
chasm.
hole?
It is a chasm. They had to build a bridge over it.
Fire
So-
anything down there?
Not that they're aware of. This just romps infinitely. They sent somebody in. Haven't heard hide nor hair of them since then.
Reminds me of home.
Yeah, you
Wait
just,
a minute.
you just go into the chasms and never come back.
I don't remember
It ends
that.
at some point.
Hmm.
Yeah, you've got some pale ass skin. You must have been underground.
Pretty sure I was at some point. First night here, I had a dream, and I think it's something from my past. We talked about that before, didn't we?
Yeah, I think we must have.
Didn't we all? I think.
That's right. Pretty sure I come from underground, but you learn anything else there, Gregory?
Well, I did discover that they're looking for, I don't know, dragon bits. But that was on account of our good friend who turned into a specter and chased us out of that temple. I can't remember his name.
The wizard.
That wizardly fella. I mean, it doesn't particularly matter. He's
Was-
dead now.
It was Quesh.
Quesh. That was his name. Well, irregardless,
It's in your
they don't really have anything, any reason to go after these dragon bits without any of his research material. She was talking like she needed his material, like he wasn't around to provide it anymore. So I think she knows that he's dead, even though nobody's supposed to know that. That was a curiosity to me. But moving past that, what was that other bit? I've got this list of all the materials they need gathered for the library. I pull it out. It's an extensive little list of. Well, some of these things actually seem valuable. I've hunted down the occasional ingredient like this for the casterly types.
Now, the dragon stuff, this is interesting. I might be a little bit out of our wheelhouse, but I heard a rumor about a dragon. Oh, goodness, what was his name again?
He thinks for a second, and then he immediately just shouts out the name that I have to actually find. Shit, I lost it. Well, here it is.
This is Uxin, that's right. Apparently there's some kind of trouble down Swampward. Something called a shadow scale. Things got minions, I'm not sure.
Right. I did hear that they are,
You heard something similar, so it's less than a rumor then.
it seems people are worried about the advances. Right.
Dragon's
Well,
problem.
Yeah, the lady did say there were 3 of them. I'm
Three?
guessing one for each of these. I keep wanting to say cardinal directions,
I
but
mean,
they're
that's
not.
what they are, really.
Geographical locations of note.
Direction.
GLNs.
Let's just call them what they are. Directions.
All right. The mountain direction. MD.
Peak word.
Peak word.
A peak word. Okay, whatever. You guys got it.
It's pretty simple.
We'll just do
Yes,
whatever
sir.
you want to do. I'm just trying to spice it up a little bit. Peak word's what the locals use. I don't want to identify myself with them yet.
Yeah, I'd rather be getting closer to people who can help me rather than further away. But
I heard there are my kind, Peakward.
that's what I heard as well. I asked some questions of one of the priests at the temple. Somewhere between the Dreadwood and the peaks themselves, a place called the Titan Timberlands.
How did she say how many there were?
No, only that the creatures there were born and bred much bigger and more dangerous than they are here.
I mean, I don't know quite what to tell you, HJ, but I don't really think they do a census around here. You know what I'm saying?
Who, HJ? Who's this?
I think he summarized your name into a set of letters.
That's strange way to
No,
abbreviate.
your name is Hjalmar, but it's a lot easier just to say HJ.
I'm gonna try to say Hail Mary.
Hail Mary.
Am I getting a nickname?
I don't know. I think HJ rolls off the tongue pretty good. I mean, you
Hammers,
think
though.
about it phonetically.
Unfortunate.
Hjalmar. That's like one whole lettery above HJ.
It's a good name, but it's a tough name, I'll be honest.
I'm gonna need
It's-
another drink.
It's a good, strong name.
I'm gonna get up and turn around and find more ale.
No,
If
listen.
I'm getting a nickname, I need another drink.
Yeah, we'll seal it in there.
We'll go back to the bar.
Kurt will reach out to Our and Argo.
You guys find anything out while you were here?
Nothing much.
It's okay.
Found out that these golems watch over the tavern pretty well. Looks like we can't do any bouncing or trying to earn some extra money.
You good at bouncing? You done that before?
I got the body for it. But taps his head and you hear a little metallic ring.
That's the thing I wanted to ask you. You're made entirely of metal, aren't you?
Yep, you are correct.
Can I ask you a personal question, Argo?
You can ask me a personal question. Go ahead.
Somebody make you?
I think so.
That's interesting. That's very interesting. I consider myself a craftsman as well, a man of the forge, dwarf of the forge, whatever you want to call it. So I find your build quite fascinating. I'd love to know more detail, if you have any, of how you were made.
Yeah, I wish I could tell you. I can't remember. You know what? The one thing I can remember is I can't remember.
Yeah, I got that too. Don't even worry. I think that's
That's a
It's
recent memory.
it's going around.
Yeah,
I
that's
got
kind of a thing.
I got some amnesia built into amnesia.
Ah, that's rough. Well, if you find anything, feel free to share with me, because I found you fascinating.
Hjalmar, you said you were going back to the bar?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab another. I'm just gonna. I finished my stew at this point, right? So we can just reuse the flag and just dump more shit in there. So
I'm going to need another one of these. My companions have arrived.
Oh. You're down. Well, I guess the shots were small for you. Okay. You don't seem to be teetering yet.
I assure you, I'm fine.
Okay. He'll take the flagon back and refill it.
It's about at this time Gregory will slap the table with his hand and go, "Oh! I almost forgot the most important thing I discovered at the library."
That'll be another 2 copper.
All right. I'll slide over 2 copper over the counter.
What'd you learn, Gregory?
I discovered she was doing some kind of like, hey, share your memories with me kind of thing. And apparently somebody else that shared some of their memories mentioned the Plague Council.
Somebody else here.
Who's this?
Some other Skyfallen dropped in, knows about the Plague Council. So that's somebody that came from where we came from.
Yeah, I've never
So-
seen you guys fall out of the sky. No one else.
DM, the five of us, were we weren't the only ones on the council, right? We were
No,
like, it was
there
part of
were-
a conglomerate of like nations, or
Yeah, so this is kind of what we came up with together, right? So
Yeah,
there were
yeah.
a whole bunch of different nations around there that were all being affected by this.
so everyone has some sort of ambassador from whoever they're representing, right?
Yeah, and
Okay.
like, you weren't the only ones in the room. You were maybe 10% of the people that were there.
Gotcha. Okay,
so
so
there's quite a few people that could have been.
How many
gotcha.
of nations knew Belron from Bivendell? I mean, come on.
You think it's do you think it's Belron?
Belrond of Belzon.
Belron,
Yeah.
Belron, are you here?
I mean, that'd be great if it was. You might be able to tell us what the hell's going on. He was one of the wisest tieflings in all the land. At least that's what I remember.
Yeah, good old Belron. He'll set us straight.
Been there since the first age.
Do you think that they will have remembered something we may have not?
Oh no, Belron with amnesia is pretty. All right, I don't mean to shit on Belron, but Belron with amnesia is useless.
True, anybody with amnesia is about as useless as all we are.
I don't know. We're doing pretty good, but Belron, everyone is all for his wisdom.
True,
It's
that's actually
amnesia.
really bad. Let's
Oh,
hope
no.
it's not him. Did you get a name, Gregory?
Yeah, the name was Trench? Or Trash?
I'm gonna guess it was probably Trent.
Oh my god.
Anybody know a Trench from that county? Anybody remember anything?
DM, I got so attached to the stupid
Trent.
name I gave him that I forgot the actual name.
Trent.
Trent. Thank you. Oh, I remember now. It was Trent.
Trent.
Did that ring a name? Did that ring a bell to anybody? She didn't mention her last name.
Do I
100%. She didn't.
do
know
I
that.
remember
did.
a Trent?
She
DM?
did.
She did.
Trent
Stonefoot.
Stonefoot. Yeah.
Stonefoot.
Can I? Is there any way I remember that, or
That's why I gave
Um,
him Trench.
You won't remember the name itself. Like, it sounds familiar,
Okay.
but it's not something that you're gonna like. It's not gonna trigger anything specific, like site-wise or anything.
Well, we can locate this person.
That's a good start. I mean, maybe see if they know anything we don't. It seems like the most promising lead. Damn, that's pretty lucky, actually, Gregory. You found that.
It's possible we'll have a harder time if the shadow scales push in.
I feel like dealing with that would be a good thing too.
It
That
may buy
reagent.
us
Go ahead.
some favor to ask more questions.
Favor would be good. Do you think those shadow scales will have any of these things on this list, Gregory? Found or got?
It might have some dragon scales.
Good. I don't know. Anybody
I
know what the
mean-
hell they look like?
What the
Just a
shadow
diamond
scales
shape?
look like?
I mean, I'm just imagining like a ghost with scales at this point. I don't know.
Hard to say.
Can I listen around for anybody talking about shadow scales? And
Yeah,
details
actually-
of what they look like.
And talking about that, the barkeep's gonna kind of come over and he's gonna sit down and say, "I hear y'all talking about shadow scales.
Yeah,
What
do
all you know?"
What's your name, by the way?
Foley.
Foley.
And I introduce myself.
Nice to
Hammer.
meet you.
Kurt Hammer.
So you're wondering about the shadow scales.
Yes.
Well then, they are a group of some kobolds, some lizard folk, the occasional dragonfolk that are allied themselves with Uxin.
You don't like him, right?
Uxin's a dragon who seems to want to expand her power. That's about all we know about her, but the her forces have been pushing out further and further. And rumor has it, some Skyfallen joined up with her.
There a bounty on these particular individuals? Not necessarily the Skyfallen, but the army regulars, so to speak.
I don't know if there's a bounty, but the counts are the main ones that are trying to prepare for this, if it turns into anything more.
Well, I think we should go talk to these counselors, see if they have purses invested in the detriment of these shadow scales.
Won't say no to more gold. Speaking of which, he looks to Argo. You got the haul?
Oh yeah, I spent 5 silver of it though on the drinks and the food and the oil.
That's all right. That'll come out of your shares. Well, let's split this stuff up.
Just split
Coming
it.
up. Yeah, I'm splitting it. I split it.
Yeah, how much do we all get?
Oh, you got it.
No, but I added it to my maximum gold. But if you have the full amount originally,
I'd have to look back.
that's okay. I mean, I can. I wish it would tell me what the last.
Like a
Addition.
transaction history? Yeah.
Yeah, I almost wish I have that because I have 9 gold, 54 silver, 63 copper.
Bro, this is D&D. This ain't no bank account.
Okay, so it would have been 954.63.
Yep.
Okay, so that is the total amount of gold that you received from that
yeah, I was
interaction.
broke. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so how much gold? So there's coins for each, Justin. How much gold was there?
9 gold,
9
54 silver, 63 copper.
Alright, everybody. I can do math on this if you want.
It's like it's
Once you have it.
1.8, 10.8, and 12.6.
1.8, 10. You said 10.8 and 12.6.
Yeah. Yep. If you
So
divided it
that
just
last one, that
going with
last one will
coins.
just be 12. So let me just see here, because I can actually do this. 20 copper, 10. Okay, everybody take. Okay, I'm almost got it. 2. Okay, perfect. Everybody take 2 gold, 8 silver, and 20 copper pieces.
All right, will do, my friend. 20 copper.
Um,
Thank you kindly.
there's not enough gold to hit that.
Okay, you do the math.
Oh, no.
Because there's 9 gold total, and with 5 of you, that would
Well,
end up
there's
being 10.
enough silver for one person, so one person could add 10
I see.
silver.
I see.
Oh, Shit.
Argo can take it. He's the one who went and got it.
so I'll remove the 9 gold from me. Just add
Alright,
the 10
sounds
silver?
good.
Or
Yeah, it should be 2 gold, 8 silver, and 20 copper then, right?
Yeah,
2
for
gold,
everyone.
8 silver,
Everyone.
20 copper.
Everyone.
Okay.
Argo
Yeah,
will
yeah,
take
yeah.
10 silver.
All right, I got it. Good.
Got it. I could always use more gold.
So if one of those councilmen are paying for killing shadow scales, I'm more than willing to do that.
We also have the Pit of Despair.
I do want to know what's in that pit. That's curious.
despair.
What are y'all talking about? Pit of Despair. That sounds like a good story.
It's just that giant crevice, that sand word that has no end.
Oh, you're talking about the Shattered Steps.
Shattered
Sure.
Steps.
Yeah, it's kind of the area between Sapphire Basin and the Dreaming Sands. It's a very rocky landscape that's shattered, so there's a bunch of chasms there. We gotta build bridges over them to even get there. But I mean, the trade's worth it, so.
I was
Trade
referring to
for what?
expedition, but they all assumed.
Well, there's City of Dreams out there. That there's a bunch of people there. We trade with them, and they bring us in a bunch of kind of gemstones and some of the more exotic plants from around the desert.
Is he saying there's a village over there?
Yeah.
What's it called?
City of Dreams is what he called it.
City of Dreams. Maybe we'll have to visit there.
If we have to.
Well,
We don't have to.
be prepared for the heat if you do. It is very hot. It's a desert after all.
Lots of sun. I don't know if I like that.
I also prefer the cold myself.
The same. Well, mild if I can.
Well, that's what the peaks would be good for.
Swamps sound nice too. Though, a lot of trouble there seems to be.
Yeah, that's where I'd probably steer clear of. Most of the folk out that way are pretty aggressive.
Seems that way in the north as well, at least when I hear.
At least they're a little more sparse.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's at least tribe of Goliaths, and there's rumors of shifters up there.
Shifters.
What are shifters?
You know, like shifters, they go back and forth between man and animal.
Oh. Right.
Shapeshifters.
Drunks?
Did you say drunks?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't think getting drunk changes your shape.
Yeah, but sometimes makes you an animal.
Maybe a bigger belly.
It'll change other people's shapes.
Yes. So, we have a few options, it sounds like.
Would seem so.
Looking for things to do, it seems.
More like things to get us back where we came from, or to supply us some means to get to that end
I think
via
the
coin.
latter currently, yeah.
Well, don't know if I can help you with that one. A lot of people here would have gone back if they could have, but getting worn down by now.
Kyle, I copied fucking Kyle's outfit. Fucking hilarious.
That was pretty funny. You know what? Have you heard of a guy named Trent Stonefoot?
Trent Stonefoot. Can't say that I have. At least they don't regular this place.
Got another question for you. Normally when I walk into an inn, I smell, well, meat. Not really detecting too many notes of that. Do y'all get a lot of game out here?
The hunters are working on it. Problem is, the Dreadwoods are full of really aggressive, really very large things. So it tends to come in waves, where they come in with a big thing every once in a while, and we eat off of that for the time that they're there, but there's not enough hunters there to feed everybody.
And what kind of wages could one expect for hauling in a nice hunk of meat?
Well, you get paid by the pound there. It depends on what you're bringing in. If it's something stringy and not
How much by
tasty
the
good,
pound?
that depends.
Quality of the
Depends
meat.
entirely
I
on what you
imagine.
bring. Yep.
Well, I mean,
The hunters more. They could give you a better overview, I think.
Where will we find the hunters?
They got a den just outside of town.
Well, I'm not looking to buy from the hunters. I'm looking to sell to you. How much would you pay me for some meat?
Well, we usually get shipments in when they have it, and it depends on the going rate they're selling for. So,
What do you typically
how
buy
much would I
for?
pay for it? Like, it depends on the creature you got, right? So if it's a boar, you could probably do like I don't know, 7 or 8 gold, or not gold, silver a pound there.
Well, that sounds like a mighty fine deal. All right. Just trying to think of things to do. That giant wolf that well, killed us all. I'd say that was probably, I don't know, 50 pounds of wolf.
Oh, were you the ones that came in last night? Waking everybody up?
Yep.
Maybe.
Aha. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. Welcome to Warden's Charge.
Well, we mostly woke up the people in a straight line.
Eh, we felt the shaking over here, so
Hopefully,
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll see us frequent this place a few times at least.
yeah. Well, you're always welcome, as long as you got the coin.
And you don't hurt anyone.
Well, that's a given, pretty much around the city. So hopefully, yeah.
You just seemed extra adamant about it. I felt it's
you
good to mention.
Gotta be careful with newcomers, you know.
I'm sure if those golems weren't there, Foley over here would be strangling us.
Have to watch out for the older men, for sure.
Dear.
I had a duel or two in my day, long past.
Speaking of duels, how often are those held?
Well, they're mostly worked on a challenge system. Somebody gets challenged, then you talk to the duel marshal and she'll set you up with a time. So it's mostly that. But there are, like, if you hang around for Spirit, you'll find somebody who will be looking for one.
There you go, Elmar. You find the biggest, baddest motherfucker in that whole place, and you challenge him.
Is there any money to be made?
I'd watch.
Oh yeah, people bet. There's a lot there, and then if you're taking part in the duel, you get a cut of the bets.
Oh, well, hold on. What kind of duel?
That depends. That is one piece of advice I'll give you: is don't agree to it until you know what it means. There's some weird naming of things, and that makes it kind of hard to know what you're agreeing to unless you've read it all over.
I see. I guess there's a catch to it. I guess.
Not so much a catch, just some things that are assumed. Like if you have like a standard duel, that's different than what you might expect.
All right. Makes sense.
Might be good, worth looking into.
We got a lot more options than we did when we first came here.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Options are good.
Hell, we could do them all. Just matters what order we want to do them in.
Well, the group activities we should be doing together.
This makes sense.
I don't believe splitting up is a good idea.
No, I only got 4 friends in this whole damn city, and I'm looking at them.
I'm touched.
I guess Foley could be my friend too if he wants to, but I feel like there's a business associate, whatever. There's money involved.
Yeah, I don't know you yet.
Good. And we'll keep it that way for now, Foley.
What if we buy you a few drinks?
Trying to get me drunk. Maybe, but I wouldn't call you a friend until we, probably have hit some other entertainment things.
We'll
I don't
get it.
know
We'll
if
get
I'm
there.
gonna be-
Someone have sex with Foley.
There's another good way to get
Okay,
to know
definitely
someone.
not that one.
Foley, do you duel?
But I'm not gonna
did
duel.
say
Foley.
I used to, but it's been a long time.
I was gonna fight Foley.
Probably
would
been
I?
30 years.
Perhaps where would I start if I wanted to get to know people?
If you want to get to know people in the dueling ring,
As you head to Fort Spirit.
yeah, that's the main one. There's another tavern over there. It's a little more rowdy because there's no wardens there. The Angry Tortoise.
Angry Tortoise.
Hungry tortoise.
Yeah, you'll find some duelists over there, as well as the enforcers have a outpost in that place as well, Fort Spirit. The fort itself is also just like it's home to farmers that live around the areas. The Dreadwoods are full of a whole bunch of large creatures that tend to come out and harass people, so we built a fort out there for them to live in that's kind of sheltered from all that.
Good to know.
Well, right now it's kind of winter, so they're spending their time inside.
Foley, I got a question for you. You're Skyfalling like everybody else, I can only assume. You got any memories? You've been here 30 years, you say? You remember anything from before?
Well, not a whole lot. I remember losing some people, but when it comes to other things outside, I mean, I was a guard back in the day, but nothing exciting.
That was before you came here.
Yeah, that's about all I remembered.
Interesting. Thank you, just wanted to ask.
Yeah. Yep. You'll see over some time. It'll show you some bad stuff over your nights here.
Good to know.
Not too good at all.
I'd be more than willing to learn more if I can.
Yeah.
Is that pleasant or not?
Careful what you ask for.
We'll see.
So this one over here. What was your name, big guy?
Hjalmar.
Helmar. You want to be or try out dueling. Some things that you should know is that if anybody ever tries to ask you for a disadvantaged duel, you don't take it.
What does that entail?
Disadvantaged duels are 2-on-1. If they say full disadvantage, it's any number they want to bring versus you, minus 2 from the number that they brought. So it makes it really hard to plan for. So like you could bring other people, but you'd have to have 2 less than they had, and that's at full disadvantage. That's my main guidance.
Why would you take a disadvantaged duel?
Pride. You know, a lot of guys out there got a chip on their shoulder and no one to swing a sword at.
No, Hjalmar, don't be going doing that.
Imagine higher risk is a higher reward, but it's probably not worth it.
I'll take your advice to heart. Thank you.
You'd get a higher cut and you might call in more people to bet, but yeah, I wouldn't say it's worth it. Watch too many people get the crap kicked out of them.
Well, I'll start small.
You start small.
Yeah, I suggest starting with dulls also. That's not full gear. They're non-lethal training weapons. And you get leather armor. You have your fight with that.
Oh, I don't do armor.
Wow. Try to work that into your agreement. Pretty much anything you agree to, you can agree to, but the other person's got to agree.
Well, I'll be sure to bring that up front.
Yeah. the marshal will be able to explain all the current rules and everything. So I might be even a little out of date, but
I think we all
Good
can
to
say
know.
we appreciate your candid advice.
well, try not to get my patrons killed. It's a good way to make more money in the future.
A good barkeep. Knows his business.
Indeed. Well, I should probably get back to the bar.
Yeah, you got like a line of people you've been talking to. You're wondering where the barman is.
I came over because there was nobody there, but we're probably about to get the dinner rush, so I gotta get food started.
Well, good luck to you. Thank you.
Alrighty. You too. And he will take a walk over and start walking back into like a kitchen area and doing some stuff.
Barman stuff.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, do the no armor, no weapons duel. That
Right.
seems completely fair for me and Helmar to get involved in.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Hell no, I don't want you going. I don't know you that well, but I don't want you going and challenging 8 people at once. You look like you're gonna try to do that.
I may be big, but I'm not stupid.
That's
You have nothing to worry about.
I pull up a chair near my chair up near Alrune, and I have a probably a light discussion with him, asking if he's also a creature of subterranean nature or not.
Well,
Maybe noticing if he avoided the light as well in certain scenarios.
I spent most of my life in a town, I think. But yeah, probably. I also am slowly have been edging away from the covered in lamp oil torch.
the not yet ignited Warforged, yeah.
Yeah, if you've lived in
The-
town your whole life, Kurt probably only talks to you for a couple minutes about it. Just looking for more.
From what I
information.
remember. I don't remember much yet.
oh,
If you remember anything, I'd be more than willing. I'm pretty sure I came from some kind of underground. You just tell me if you come up with anything.
Oh, I will.
Thank you.
Hmm. So what's the plan?
We could go out to the fort. Or we can go down into the endless dungeon.
I believe we've already done that.
Well, not
Next
today.
week, I think, was when that's going to open up, yeah?
Next week. Right.
We could talk to a councilman about the shadow scales. Few things on the table.
Should we start with the shadow scales?
They seem
Barman just told
prevalent.
us not to start with the shadow scales.
I mean, he's a barman. Can't really blame him.
Don't think he wants to be liable for anything that happens to his patrons.
I'm willing to go any direction, really.
I don't know. Quesh was looking into dragon stuff.
We should find that guy, Trent.
oh yeah, you're right. That
And nobody knows where he is.
Is that where we should start?
We should ask around, figure out where they are. That would be a good start, at least. If our goal is to get the hell out of here, might as well see if they have more information we don't. They came from the same place.
Sure.
I could only assume he has no memories like the rest of us.
What better
But-
place to ask around than the tavern in the town?
I do find I am in agreement, yes.
I'm gonna finish my food. Somebody else look for Trent.
Well, I'm not looking for Twine right now. I've done enough
Let's,
today.
that can wait for tomorrow.
I, over my shoulders, go, Trent! Oh, It's not here.
Dang.
No, Try again tomorrow.
He's not here, but I really wanted to go. What?
Huh?
Well, easy, there he is.
Oh, there
Oh,
he
there,
is. Hey.
there he is. All right.
Gee, for no one knowing where he is in a pretty populated place.
Probably also ask Alrune about how they feel about us going after shadow scales with at any point if they are also kobold, if he's got any qualms with that.
You don't know much about kobolds, do you?
I don't. Please, educate
Kobolds.
me.
Kobolds barely get along with their own tribe.
All right, then no qualms then. Good to know.
I think Kurt was just trying to be polite, thoughtful.
Oh, I'm sure that's what he thought. You didn't think I was being rude, did you, Al?
Oh no,
Nah.
I killed my fair share of kobolds already since you've met me.
Since I met you.
All right.
The tower.
Oh, that's right, we killed some kobolds. What am I talking? Oh, jeez. All right,
That was like the
well,
first thing we did was murder a bunch of his own kind.
I should know that you are fine with this situation. My memory not great. Understood.
Humans have no trouble killing humans. It's fine.
I mean, if they're gonna pull a blade on you, it doesn't matter what they look like.
Well, first step is finishing off food and drink.
Well, I've already beat you to it.
I'm on my second one since you've been here.
Oh, well, I forgot. Never mind.
Kind of slide the flagon over and compare sizes real quick.
How do I get that?
You ask for it.
I
You
think
gotta
they
be-
only have one.
I'm fine.
That's the biggest one they have. The only one in that size.
It's a fucking mop bucket that they cleaned out.
Tastes a little soapy.
Bad,
Yeah, the
bad,
beer just tastes that
bad
way, don't worry
soapy
about
or
it.
good soapy?
Traveler boot dirt in there.
Oh god. Oh man.
Tasting all the peak-word, swamp-word
It's-
sand-word.
Very earthy ale.
I use that to clean the privy.
Call it the 3-ward special. Put that on the menu.
That wasn't stew.
Yeah, I mean, Helmer would finish his ale. I mean, it's relaxing time after we dungeon delved and killed a bunch of skeletons and shit, so.
I'll certainly drink my fair share of alcohol and eat some mushrooms, grilled or otherwise.
Same.
So that would probably take you into early evening. You'll see more patrons have start filtering into the tavern, and see the hubbub kind of picks up a little bit. You'll hear more of the kind of rumors that came in before. Drawing into like early evening now, do you guys have any plans for what you'd like to do next?
It's early evening. I mean, I don't know if
How-
any plans to leave yet.
How far out is it to the fort?
That's where they hold the duels, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Fort
Yep.
Street.
Yeah.
They said it was about an hour or two walk, depending on your walking speed. But the somebody had mentioned that earlier, but I'm forgetting who.
So what, how early is early evening? Is like, we could wait till people filter out like it's early evening at the fort and then go ask our questions, or do they wrap up pretty early?
Like the fort, like nightlife. You're asking about?
Well, I mean, like if we were gonna go and either register or get questions answered about the duel stuff, probably at a not prime time, would now be a good time.
At a not prime time. Like if you left now, you'd get there probably be like 7 or 8 at night.
Oh, okay, okay. So it should be fine, right? Somebody will be there.
Yeah.
I like your idea. I think I'll go to the fort.
I think we should just go out and stay the night at the fort, have some fun.
At least take a look at what we're dealing with.
To get some recreation, we have been through a lot.
I need to stretch my muscles.
Are we all in accordance with this?
Just like stretch them. Are you implying your muscles can get even bigger?
Oh, goodness.
Yes.
How about we just show you when we get there?
Scary man.
Alrighty. So
No, I'm just a baby dragon.
Oh, you're not there, damn Kobo. You're trying to trick me.
Well, it also is 10:40, so we can call our session here.
Okay, fair enough.
And save the actual trip out to Fort Spirit for next time.
Okay.
Yay.
Sounds good.
That was cool. We got a lore dump this session. It was awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Split
stuff
ways,
happening.
discovered some cool stuff. Got a big
Good
list of
RP.
shit. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, good RP this session. Awesome.
Big old list of stuff. Thank you for joining us over on YouTube. That's all from over here. We will catch you for the next one. Take care. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.